Here we go, Pac-Man. 280!
36! Hey, keep it up, keep it up!
Now a two-time 1,000-yard rusher for the Bears. This is Jordan Howard. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's the all-purpose back. This is Darren Sproles. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9.
Single. I got 11. He's mine. Watch tight end's right. Watch tight end's right.
Shotgun now for Wentz. And that will be incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And this will be down just on the other side of midfield.
At their own 46-yard line.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 46.
You ain't doing nothing today. Hey, 70! Shoot!
The former Florida Gator, Jordan Scarlett, the rookie with a carry. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Lady!
No gain on this defense, no gain. Hey,
Alert!
The shotgun snap for Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. They were looking for Johnson that time, and it's 3rd down.
I don't see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Monday. 53 is the mic.
Here we go. Stay 50. Here we go.
Check 4.
Out of the gun, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Ty Johnson, rookie 6th-rounder from Maryland. And some nifty running right away as he'll get this up past the 30. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
At the Eagles' 31-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Back. Omaha, ready, move.
58.
Stafford now to throw. To the right and complete to Galladay. That one a 1st down pickup of 8.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there, Keeps the sticks moving.
58, come on.
22. Omaha, remove.
58, right over there, right over there.
Chopper.
Now a give here to Scarlett. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
I got it. Check three. And middle.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Check. Lucky.
Hey, 22.
Check 53. Who that? 53 is the mic.
Stafford going for it all. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Jesse James, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions are going to take a first-quarter lead. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Wentz going to throw. Out to the left there and complete to Howard. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
5-9.
Watch 36 to my.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Miles Killebrew with a pick. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Now a shotgun handoff to Scarlett. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. A gain of 13. It's a 1st down. This running game so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
Now a play fake, and it's Stafford. And the pressure gets to him and brings him down. Stafford is sacked. A sack by Brandon Graham. He's been doing that since he entered the league in 2010. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. On the handoff, it's Scarlett. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
60. 51. You better be afraid of me. Middle. Show it up. What happened?
Third and long. It's Stafford. Caught by Jones. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. A reminder, coming up later tonight, a lot of buzz about this game. The Browns, they've been doing some travel. Back-to-back primetime games for them. Monday night they were in New York. Now the Browns head to Los Angeles to take on the NFC champs, Browns and Rams, an 8:20 kickoff Eastern time, 5:20 in California. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Working from the gun, Wentz. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford, he's going to loft one deep. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Sidney Jones. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. And he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team. And if they want to start getting back into this game, it behooves them to get better on first down.
Yeah, certainly not what they were looking for there out of the opening play of this drive. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Aguilar has it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Nelson Aguilar, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Elliott good with a PAT, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. This is Scarlett on the carry. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
From the gun on 3rd down, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Here's Jackson. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And into the end zone, a scoop and score on the fumble return for the Detroit touchdown. Now Prater to add the PAT.
That score was not a game clincher by any stretch of the imagination, but the other team now has to be careful to not let this game begin to slip away.
So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is taken at the 3. And an alley to run. Deshaun Jackson off to the races. And he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Deshaun Jackson, 97 yards. And the Eagles are back within a score. Elliott good on the extra point, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
Then they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
They'll run it with Scarlett. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. From the gun, here's Stafford. It's caught. Jones. First down Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They become a little more ho-hum, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. And I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now Scarlett. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. Touchdown, Detroit. Jordan Scarlett. His second touchdown on the season. And the Lions add on to their lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken at his 4. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
On 2nd and 9, Wentz. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards there, first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space.
Looking for Aguilar, and it's intercepted. Miles Killebrew with a pick. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful, because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Jesse James, his second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Extra point good by Prater. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashawn Melvin. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he'll work this back to right around the line of scrimmage and surrender there. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. To throw on second down is Stafford. He hits Jermaine Kearse. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Check pass. Check pass.
Wall.
10.
Check.
21.
Check. 53's Mike. Exit. 53.
On first down, Stafford here. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. He hit his first, this one from 38. And that is not going to get there. Oh, he missed it short. It's no good. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
21.
They will start the drive with Scarlett. That one whistled against a big right tackle.
You'd think being able to fire out and block it'd be a lot easier to not commit a holding penalty, but it's tough to keep those guys right in front, isn't it?
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty.
Watch the safety creep. Hurry! Zebra!
Operating from the gun, Stafford. The grab made by Curse over the middle. If they didn't have that penalty a moment ago, it'd be a 1st down. Still a nice 13-yard pickup.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Check 50. Check 50.
From the gun, a run for Johnson. And he's going to be met at about the 43. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Safety's creeping.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
Set. 180. Hey, 5-0.
53.
Hey, 5-0.
That QB's trash.
Hey, Foxtrot.
From the gun, Stafford. He's got Curse. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another 1st down.
I'd have to say that whenever you see a good post route run, they do not like to let it end without the catch. Hence, that great diving play.
Yeah, lay it up there, let him go get it, and he got it. Stafford going to come up 1st and 10, and he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and say, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
This will be caught just inside the 10. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They've really been able to contain Alshon Jeffrey. That catch a rare exception in this game.
And that's a feather in their cap because he's such a tone setter for his team on offense that they try and get him the ball early. And, of course, what comes after that is often.
And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. Jordan Howard, his second touchdown on the season. And the Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
Third quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. They turn to Scarlett again, and he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. To throw is Stafford. And this is incomplete. The intended target, T.J. Hawkinson. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Go 58's the mic. I'm coming. I'm coming. I'm coming. 58's the mic. 58. 58's the mic.
Throwing again. Stafford. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. The Lions on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 10. Operating from the gun. Stafford. The left side completion to Jones. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The end result, 21 yards.
Plus 60. Mike, 58, right there. I got you, boy. I got you, boy.
Now they try the right side here. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I have zero rooting interest in either team in this game. I only want a good game. But with all the offense we've seen from them tonight, it's kind of nice to see the defense step up and make a big play.
Yeah, I was wondering if they were ever going to get him in the backfield. Nice to see him get a stop. Throwing on 2nd and 14. Stafford, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is it allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Hey, Charlie.
Throwing on third and long. Stafford, Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes. Give the sack to Fletcher Cox.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 20-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They go with Howard to begin the drive. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. They go with Howard again. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Wentz. And that will be incomplete. I want to go back to something you said in the first quarter about winning.
Is it a positive?
It is a positive.
Okay.
About winning the turnover battle. As a visiting team, as an underdog, you were right. They've done just that, and look where it's gotten them.
It's part of the formula. When you go on the road, as you mentioned, being an underdog, winning the turnover battle is a big key, and this one's playing out in this one.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. The Eagles indeed snap it. Wentz. Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game, so hold on here, not done in the 4th. The ex-Iowa Hawkeye Mike Daniels in for the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Wentz now to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 23 yards the pickup there.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And down inside the 15 he goes. 11 more on that one and another first down. But correct me if I'm wrong. You're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. Throwing is Wentz. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And it's 3rd and 4.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
Hey, empty.
Now it's Sproles. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there. 4th and 3. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 40.
40 got.
Running from the gun, Johnson. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Watch the screen. 32.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards on the play, first down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. The 20.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got it 1st and goal as they search for what could be a game-sealing touch. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about.
Touchdown, baby, yeah.
A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Now a handoff looking right. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. Here's 2nd and goal operating from the 8-yard line.
Check it back, check it back.
No. Real right, 22. Double right.
Right over there.
Stafford now to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. But now it's 3rd and goal.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion The excitement. Sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
They'll run here on 3rd and goal. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and that will bump the lead up to 11. So his second field goal of the game, and that could turn out to be the big one.
Yeah, you have to make them score twice to beat you, and that's not impossible. But here in the fourth quarter, puts their backs clearly against the wall.
This is taken at his 4. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. On first down, Wentz. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker. Now Wentz. He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Nelson Aguilar, the intended receiver. And it'll bring up third down. Tried to go for the big one there on second down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Now that was well defended, and as a cornerback, what you're taught when you see a wide receiver screen, either you get underneath the play before the blocking forms, or you're going to have to fight your way through it by getting through some blocking. That was a really nice play there.
Watch a slant. Watch a slant.
They'll go for it. It's Wentz. Completes it to Aguilar. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. The Eagles will take their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. After the sack on first down, Wentz under pressure again, and down he goes again. Mike Daniels in there to make the sack on what will be the final act in this ball game. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it, and they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many